Oh yeah, oh yeah. How is everybody doing tonight? Glad to be back. Hope you guys all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, holiday season, Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. you know, we all celebrate different things or don't celebrate different things, but hope it was a good one. We'll just say that. Good to see a few people in the chat already. Susie Lopez. Hello. Hello, Susie. Christian Spencer. Hey, Steve. Hey, man. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. The Drayton Sawyer, Jared. Hey, Jared. How you doing? Merry after Christmas to you too, or after Hanukkah, or after I don't know other ones. I don't know Festivus. If you're a Seinfeld fan, and I don't. Anybody else? Oh, there we go. Molly from Final Girl Friday. Hey, love that music. Hey, that's my own music. That's from a tune I wrote called Sequandaland Part 3. It's a gigantic song that's like over 30 minutes long, 4-part song, and that's part of part 3. Part of part 3. It's pretty long in itself. Our buddy John from Behind the Fiends is here. Hey, John, how are you doing? And our another buddy of ours from the channel, Kyle Curtis, Flat Lives, got your new channel up. Good to see that that you got your new channel up, and thank you for tuning in. And Miss Carter is also here as well. Thank you guys so much for all joining in. Also got Gory Rory here. Hey man, thank you for tuning in. Glad to see all you guys checking out the show. Here to check out kind of a cool little thing I did. I hope this doesn't seem like I'm pretentious or I'm egotistical with my own work. I'm actually very critical of my own of my own work. And a long time during this film, while this film was editing, I was like, I think this was a write off. This film, mostly because it took forever to edit. I wasn't the editor behind it. Somebody else was editing, and it was taking forever. So um, there was definitely a time where I thought, are we even going to release this film? And even when it was starting to come together, there was like pieces that were like, I don't know about that. I don't. There's some because we made the film for $200. It was so I didn't expect much out of this, and to my surprise, we released it. I started out by releasing it to a local festival where I'm from, and it won best screenplay in that. So I was like, whoa, okay, we got something. Wow, just like that. I mean, it's a local award, but whoa, we got something. And then I thought, okay, we'll enter it in a few other festivals and see what happens. I think I entered it into about 5. We did get rejected from 1 or 2 so far, but the other ones, they accepted our film, and so I've even put it into a few more since, and we'll see what happens with those. But yeah, won a couple awards now, and just got accepted into another festival today. So I'm like, whoa, for a $200 film, I'll take it. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We got some shout outs we've got to do first. Who else do we got here? It looks like we got Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer as well. Hey, everyone. Hey, Carlos. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope everybody had a great holiday season and safe holiday season. As we all know, guys, this COVID stuff is everywhere, so please be safe. And of course, if you're in a snowy area, the weather is bad, the roads are bad. Please be safe as well. I know it's terrible, right? This has been the coldest last few days here, the coldest Christmas I think we've ever had here. Like, it's really cold. It got down to minus 28 yesterday. I didn't go outside at all. I didn't even open the door. It's, the weather said minus 28. I'm like, I am not even opening the door. Today I did open the door because we had to go shopping, and it was about 10 degrees warmer, minus 18. Still too cold for me. I was like, whoa. Uh, anyways. Oh man, it's not fun. I don't like the cold. I know I'm in Canada, but I'm supposed to be in the warm part of Canada. This is supposed to be. Doesn't feel like it right now, and it's not even January. And January is supposed to be our coldest month. And I'm like, ugh, how's it gonna be? Yeah. Looks like we got a new chatterer here as well, Nikki Clark. Hey, Nikki. Good evening. Hope to see you all soon. From sunny SF. What is that? Sunny. Oh, you'll have to tell me. 85 tomorrow. Southwest Florida. Does that mean that? I don't know. I'm in Canada, so a lot of the U.S. abbreviations I don't know. But thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for joining the chat. Yeah, gonna have some shout outs because our good friend Michelle Blasky, she's still doing her Indiegogo campaign, and I want to promote her as best I can. She's doing her Indiegogo campaign for her Halloween 3 fan film, The Third Channel, and they're still live on Indiegogo. The links are in the description, and I'd like to see her get some support. She deserves it. She's done really, really well, but she could use some more support, and hopefully she'll get it. She'll get it. She's done well. I was right. Southwest Florida. Man, I'm on fire today. Except it's so cold that my fire's been blown out by all the cold weather we have here. Yeah, John behind the Fiend 75 here in Honolulu. All I can say is you. I blanked out. I did my own censor there. Lucky. I miss hot weather already. And then, of course, summer will come and there'll be fires everywhere here, and I'll miss the cold weather. That's what happened last year. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So, anyways, yes, go support our good friend Michelle Blasky for The Third Channel if you want to see a cool Halloween 3 fan film. Hey, and I know not everybody is a fan of Halloween 3. I personally love it. I'm personally behind her 100%. I helped get her some good content for us. I helped with it as much as I can, and I just want to see her do well. It's definitely a fan film I'm right behind, that's for sure. And I think there aren't a lot of Halloween 3 fan films. In fact, I've only seen 2, and they both have the same generic title, so that says a lot right there. So let's Return of the Witch. Anyways, you guys can go check those out on YouTube. Maybe you'll like them. I didn't, but but The Third Channel. That's all I can say. It's gonna be a great fan film. Nona Chan is here as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. And other shout outs we got to mention, of course, going back to Michelle Blasky again. She has her artwork that she does for sale as well for Miss 44. She does all this really cool, obscure kind of art. I love this cow with the shotgun. I don't know. I might buy it myself. I don't know. Mind you, there's Leatherface. You can't go wrong with Leatherface. So, and then our friends with Breathless Beauties, Michelle Appollonia. That's Michelle A. We got Michelle A and Michelle B. Breathless Beauties. Come get your Breathless Beauties. She custom makes all these horror themed dolls, and I think they are awesome. So go check them out. They're totally awesome. And yeah, support. I love those gals, and I don't see either of them here tonight, but that's okay. I'm sure that they would tune in if they could. They've been in the chat many times. In fact, they've met them through this this show pretty much. So there you go. There you go. Also want to give my own self a little bit of a shout out because we did something pretty cool. I don't think we had this announced during the last live stream I did on here, but we just cast Ed Neal from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre to play a role in the Sawyer Massacre, our own Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. Ed Neal is going to be in it, and we're very excited to have him on board. I don't think we had made that final by that time, but we are super excited to have Ed Neal be a part of our cast. We're hoping that we could make his role a little bigger. There's potential to get him in there for 4 days if we can afford it and make his role really awesome. I can't say whether he's playing a Sawyer or not, but there's a good chance he is. We'll just say that. There's a good chance he is playing a Sawyer. And I think he should. Which would make that Sawyer family portrait pretty cool. Just saying. So Ed Neal is is officially cast. We want to give him a pretty good big role. So support our Indiegogo campaign. We're still running our Indiegogo as well. I know I'm plugging a lot of Indiegogos tonight, but you know what? Without your support, our indie films don't get made. So I know the Sawyer Massacre is definitely getting made. But to really make that role that Ed Neal, the role that we want for Ed Neal in the film, I'd like to have him for 4 days. Right now, we've got budget for 2. We'll still get something good for 2 days, but I'd like to have him for 4. We'd love to have him for 4, but so all I can say is help us get him in there for 4. Help us get him in there for 4. We probably got to raise another, I don't know, 4 or 5 grand to make that happen. I think we can do it. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Don't want to miss out. It looks like, we got a new chatter here. Mr. J411. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Hello. If you're new here, just hit the subscribe and like the video if you want, or not, whatever. Hit the dislike. They've taken away the dislike. I mean, they haven't taken away they've taken away showing how many dislikes you have for whatever reason. I don't get it. I don't care. I don't mind showing how many dislikes I have. I missed you. You've been working. Oh, I've missed myself. I've been working so much, and lately it's been family stuff for Christmas. So the crow doll is adorable. Yes. Michelle does great work. She custom does anything. You just reach out to her and ask her to make whatever you want. Make a puppet master doll or make any horror themed doll. She does anything horror themed, and she can custom do it for you. Reach out to her. Her links are in the description. It's awesome stuff. Michelle A have been battling the old COVID. Oh no, I had no idea actually. I've heard a few people tell me they've been battling COVID lately. So obviously this COVID is not going away, guys. Is not going away. So be safe, guys. Be safe. Glad to hear Ed is involved. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm hoping I can get him on the show sometime. Don't count on it, but I'm really hoping I can get Ed Neal to come on and have a chat on the show. I hope so. So friggin' excited for you guys. Congrats. Oh, thanks, Molly. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. A dislike isn't the end of the world. Yeah, I know. I don't know were people complaining about it? Is that why YouTube took it away? I don't care. It helps your algorithm. So I hope it's still helping my algorithm, whether it's showing or not. That's awful. Hope they feel. Yeah, man, I really do. Who else was battling COVID? That I can't remember now, but yeah, there's a few people reaching out saying, "Oh, I got COVID." Oh no. So be careful, guys. I'm isolating because I don't like how cold it is outside. So too damn cold. I'm gonna get sick from that, and anyways, I'm probably gonna get the flu or something from that. So. Oh, our buddy Joe from Fangoria Faithful is here. Joe did all the. I'm sure most of you guys know. Joe did all the logos and poster designs that I showed you for both my movie, The Sawyer Massacre, and Michelle Blasky's The Third Channel. So that poster art that I just showed recently, that's all Joe. That's all Joe. He's awesome. And another new chatter, we got Cinema Props. Good evening. Thank you for joining in. Thank you all for joining in tonight. This is a quite a good live so far, and we haven't even started watching the movie. So we'll talk about this a little bit first. So I actually filmed this movie, I want to say in the summer of 2019. uh, yeah, I'll get into it a little bit because this was kind of interesting. I had originally come up with the idea for one of those film races. I don't know if you guys know what the film races are, but it's like you got 48 hours to complete and edit your movie sort of thing. And I don't know. I had a friend who was doing a lot of those, a director and DP that, he and I are still good friends. But, he at the time he was like, I want to enter this film race, come up with ideas. I gave him basically the idea that ended up being this movie. I thought it was going to be easy. He basically said we need 3 or 4 actors, and we've got this as far as location, and that's basically how that turned out. And they ended up not using my script, or at least I didn't have a script. They just had an idea. I just gave them a little quick treatment, and it was basically this movie. So um, they said they'd throw it in the bag of ideas, and nothing from that came to light. So I thought, okay, whatever, maybe I'll make it someday. And a couple years later, or maybe a year later, I'm not sure. Again, I'm a little hazy on the timelines, but I know we made this in 2019. I had basically made the script. It was about 8 pages long, so I thought this should be simple enough to film, and had a couple $100 to spare. Sure enough, got a few people together, got some good actors involved, and said, "Hey, let's see if we can make this for a couple $100." And we did. And we actually shot this movie on the same street that they shot the zombie comedy horror film. It's a zombie comedy called Fido. So they shot that here in Kelowna. I don't know if anybody has seen Fido. Let me know in the chat if you've seen the movie Fido. But that was shot on Maple Street in Kelowna, where I live, and we shot on that same street. That street gets a lot of uh, gets. I think it gets scouted a lot by movie people because it has a really cool look to it. There's a lot of interesting trees, and you'll see it in the film when you watch it. But anyways, back to talking about the movie. Yeah, we filmed it over 2 days. Had worked with a lot of new people on it, and the filming actually at that time it was the first project in film that I had done where I got along with everybody on set perfectly. There wasn't a single person on set that was whining and complaining about this and that, and oh, you don't have the best food. Oh, how long are we going to be here? I've had that a lot in the past, and I get it to an extent, to an extent. But this was the first time that it's like, wow, everything went pretty smooth for the most part. We'll get to that. Oh, I see Amy Crabtree's in the chat. I better say hi to her. Hey, Amy Crabtree. Fido was a fun movie. So she's seen Fido. She was in here earlier. Sorry I'm late. Oh, don't worry about being late. We haven't watched it yet, so it's all good. It's all good. I'm missing a lot of your chats, I know. Did I see another new chatter in here? Yes, here's another new chatter. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but howdy. Oh, it's Trinidad. Okay, hey, Trinidad. I didn't know your YouTube name. Hope I'm not too late. Oh, we haven't watched the movie yet, so you're not too late. Not too late. We're talking about it a little bit. Anyway, so we shot this in the summer of 2019 over 2 days, and got the cool location, got everything for free. We basically, as far as the $200 goes, I think 100, at least half of it, maybe even a little more than half of it was spent on food. I wanted to make sure everybody had good food. And we had some people with allergies and stuff like that to gluten or whatnot. Somebody was allergic to onions, I think. So I had to be careful with that. But everybody loved the food. They all loved my potatoes that I cooked. I got praise on my potatoes. I remember that. I think Buddy, one of the guys, took a video, in fact. Anyways, But yeah, after that, we didn't really do anything with it. The editor was taking forever. He was busy taking an apprenticeship, so it seemed like it was never coming to light. Then finally, he showed me a rough edit of the movie. I wasn't too pleased with the rough edit. I was like, okay, we got to do this and this and this, and ultimately, wasn't sure if this movie would come together very well. And even the finished product, I'm like, audio's not that good. Not so sure I like all the music I did for it. Some of it's pretty good, but some of it, critical. I'm critical of my work. But it is what it is. And after we won our first award, I thought, okay, let's try a couple of our other festivals just to see. I don't have a lot of money to spend, so I'm not going to be entering into Sundance or anything like that, unless you guys tell me to. If you guys tell me it's good enough for Sundance, then you let me know. But no, I mean, it does have its issues. There are some audio issues. There's a couple things I wish I did differently. But you know what? Let's watch it. Let's watch the movie first. I'll take your questions about it afterwards, but we'll watch it first. I won't comment too much during watching it, because I want you guys to see it pretty as well as you guys possibly can. Just found out we're both working on the third channel. Oh, I didn't know that, Trinidad. So I know Michelle was. I think Michelle had asked me if you were an okay person, and I was like, yes. he seems like a good guy. So yeah, I wasn't sure if you would end up working on the third channel or not, but there you go. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Entered into Sundance. There we said it. You haven't seen it yet. It has to be good enough for. I don't want to enter it into Sundance and it's not going to get accepted. I don't think it would get accepted, because it's like Sundance wants short films made on budgets of like $10,000. This movie ain't winning an Oscar or anything like that. It's just, you'll never see a movie made on a budget of $200 win an Oscar. It just doesn't happen. But we'll watch it, and I think ultimately what helps this movie is the story. The twist ending is kind of good, but I'll let you guys watch it for yourselves, and I'll comment a little bit here and there, but not too much while we watch it. So, without further ado, let's watch Disorder, everybody. This is not very long, by the way. It's about just under 10 minutes. So it's not too long, but let's have a watch. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much. So that's Maple Street there in Kelowna right there. Nighttime.
Thanks for the date, Daryl. I had a really nice time, and I really needed it. It was such a long week.
Oh God. No, Randy, borderline personality disorder too. How good.
Yeah. Which, before I forget, I have your new batch of medications here. Sorry, the pharmacy's been pretty backed up lately.
No worries. Just that.
Yeah.
Call you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Okay, bye.
I hope it looks like it's lagging a bit on my end, but I don't know how it looks on your guys' end. A little bit. Let me know.
I know, it's so good though.
Oh, hey, Sam.
Hey.
How was the date?
You guys.
Oh my god. Things are getting serious, aren't they?
What can I say? He's just such a great guy.
Okay, but there has to be a rule against that or something. He's schizophrenic, right?
Okay, well, you don't know anything about him, so maybe you should back off. I don't judge him, neither should you.
Come on, give the guy a break.
Thank you, Lexi. And seriously though, he's not like my other patients. Like, at least I don't have to force him to take his pills, like I have to do for Randy tomorrow.
I really don't know how you do it sometimes.
Thank you.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed. I've had enough of this.
Okay, yeah, sure. Good night, Charity.
Yeah, good night. So you know about it.
Oh my gosh, so cute. It was so nice. And we just like held hands and like walked everywhere.
So I'm definitely your maid of honor.
Maple Street, there you go. Even got a shot of the sign, and random bikers walking by.
Hey. I'm done. I'm not going there again. I can't. I just won't. I just can't. I can't.
What happened?
It's that idiot Randy. So I go to his house, right, to try and get him to take his pills. And he like totally lost it on me. He started swinging at me. He's getting violent. He hurt my wrist.
Did you tell your boss?
No, calling him right now. Yeah, can I talk to Richard, please? Tell him that Samantha called. Thanks.
Are you starting to, I don't know, maybe you see why you should be a little bit more careful?
Yeah, because Daryl is exactly like Randy. So what are you up to now?
I am just going to put this bottle of wine in the garage and then I'm going over to Jamie's.
Great. See you later.
Sam? Are you there? Is that you? Sam?
Where the hell is Charity?
I don't know. She was supposed to go to Jamie's today and she never showed up. I've even tried calling her twice. Voicemail.
Oh, when's the last time you saw her?
Today, around noon, right before she left.
You know, I'm not actually surprised. You guys really went at it yesterday. Try texting her. It'll show if she reads it.
Okay. It's just not like her to ditch all of her plans, you know? Oh, she read it.
Well, is she replying?
No, not yet anyways.
Oh my god. What is she doing? Where is she?
Where is she? She's dead. I couldn't resist.
Let's see what you've got.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey. I can't spell it when it's all fucked up like that. It's got to be in order. I'm sorry. Beat. Don't cheat. Okay. All right. Beat this. Are you looking at my letters?
Yes.
Stop. Boom. Boom. Stalker.
Whatever. Watch this. How do I spell?
Oval? That's not how you spell oval.
I'm getting there. I win! Fun game, hey?
Yeah.
Poor
Too bad Charity
shadowing
wasn't
there.
there for it.
Oh my god, take a picture and send it to her.
Okay. That's a good idea. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And sent.
We're out of wine.
It's okay. I've had enough anyways.
What? No. Come on, it's like 8:30. Live a little.
No, if you want more wine, you can go out to the garage and get some. Charity left a bottle in there. Charity put it there.
One more glass for me. Please, just one glass. Please.
Fine. Just one more.
Yay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Be careful.
Hi, Samantha. This is Arlene at the pharmacy. Apparently, we gave you the wrong medication yesterday for your patient, Daryl McKenzie. Please make sure that he doesn't take it, and we'll get him the right medication tomorrow. Sorry to call so late.
And there you have it. Disorder, the twist at the end being that phone call. Who was actually an actual pharmacy assistant, by the way. My wife is actually a pharmacist, but I got her because I felt like she had a good phone voice. So it was the boyfriend all along, and not this Randy guy that is apparently crazy. We'll talk a little bit about that twist, and I was worried that I didn't get it very well, and I will talk about that a little bit. Because it was something I was a bit worried about. But let's dissect it a bit. Good to see we had have a few new chatters in here as well. Brittany Hill, thank you for joining in. Oh, thank you. And John from Doomsday Crypt is in as well. I'm not sure if you guys saw the whole thing or not. Oh, and Father Mahoney, Rob Mahoney. Hey, man. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Yes, the twist at the end. I was a little worried about the twist, and I'll tell you why. And we actually did have to make some changes to it, just so you guys know. Thank you. Thanks, guys. But again, with the twist, I was testing this film out before we completed it. I showed a few people. I know I showed John from Behind the Fiends an earlier version of this, as well as Michelle Apollonia, a few people, as well as one of the actresses from that's going to be in the Sawyer Massacre. In fact, and I was getting feedback from them, and the twist wasn't working when they were watching the earlier versions. And I think a big reason why it wasn't working is we were showing too much of the killer, and it was looking too much like Daryl at the beginning, and it's because they are the same person, even though they're credited as different people in the film. And I'll tell you why they're in, as well. We'll get to that though. But so I went back and I changed a few things to not show him quite as much. I'm still kind of like I wish we were showing less of him still, but I think we got it to the point where most people don't predict that it's the boyfriend at the end. Most people, I think some people probably will, but for the most part, I think we were able to get it down so we weren't showing him enough. Also, in fact, the actress that was we'll look at the first scene again. Actually, the very first scene. Start about a little bit further back than that. I think here. This opening scene has two lines missing out of it, and I think it was the suggestion of one of the actresses from the Sawyer Massacre, who's going to be in it. Her name is Olivia. I don't think she'd mind me saying, but her suggestion was to take a couple lines out that give away that he's a mental patient. We took those out. The original opening, we'll watch it here.
Thanks for the date, Daryl. I had a really nice time. And I really needed it. It was such a long week.
Now, his original line here was supposed to be, "Am I that bad of a patient?" So we're saying that he's a mental patient right off the bat, and it's giving it away a little bit. And then she says, "You're not that bad of a patient. You're actually a really good guy, Daryl." We took both of those two lines out to kind of bury that idea that he's a mental patient. Yes, we do kind of talk about it in the next scene with the characters talk about it in the next scene, but saying it right off the bat, I think was a mistake, and she had a very good point, and that helped make it a lot better. So instead, he just says,
"Oh God, not Randy again."
So they get right into talking about Randy. So we're really trying to lay in that this Randy guy is crazy and is probably the villain in this the antagonist in this short film. I really want to push that. One thing I do wish we had done differently, so that maybe we wouldn't have had to hide him so much in the edit, is dress him a little bit differently. We dressed him in that wife beater kind of muscle shirt, and you can see and he had a hat on. Looking back, I wish we put him in like a hoodie or something like that. something baggy that we wouldn't be able to see his physique, because I think seeing his physique and seeing him in this scene kind of gives it away a little bit. Again, I think we did hide him enough that that maybe most people wouldn't have noticed, but still, if I could go back and redo it, I would have put him in a hoodie. I would have put him in a hoodie and in baggy clothes, just to really hide that it's the same person. And you'll see here in the credits, we credited him. Let's go back here a little bit. So,
Thanks for the date, Daryl. I had a really nice time.
we credited
And I
Daryl
really
as
needed
Drew
it. It was
Reed,
such a long
and that's
week.
his real name, and then Van Graham as the mental stalker.
Borderline personality.
Okay, so who's Van Graham? Van Graham is that actor's stage name when he's actually a stand-up comedian, and when he goes on stage, he calls himself Van Graham. It's like an alter ego. So I thought it would be kind of cool if we kind of use Drew Reed for his his sane character name, and then Van Graham for him as the mental guy that's flipped out on medication. Hey, Heather Loves Horror is here as well. Hey, Heather. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope I'm not missing any other new chatters. Let's go back and check. Let's go back. I don't see any other new chatters. Hopefully I don't miss you. I do like to acknowledge new chatters every time I can. Okay, so that's what we did there anyways. As far as other elements that I don't like, that I wish we would have done differently, the scene, it was actually the first scene we shot, about here. Yeah, this scene here. This was actually all the first scene we shot. I kind of wish I directed the lead actress a little bit different in this scene. I really wish I was able to get her showing her nerves. Oh, Eduardo Guerrero is here as well. Hey, Eduardo, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. You missed the movie. We're talking about it now. You can go back and watch the replay. This is, in case you're new here, not sure what the heck we're watching here. This is my new short film, Disorder. It's recently won a couple of awards and been accepted into a few different festivals. So I'm a little bit proud of it. I'm mostly proud of it because we shot it for $200 US, 200 US, a little bit under 300 Canadian. And we didn't think it would do quite as well as it's done. So I don't know. I hope it doesn't come across as bragging or anything, but I'm telling you guys about some of the stuff I don't like. But in that scene, this scene here, I'll actually try to skip ahead just a tad if I can. I'll go from here. This here.
Hey. I'm done. I'm not going there again. I can't. I just won't. I just can't. I can't.
Okay. That whole bit there, I wish I had directed differently. You see, we switched angles because it wasn't quite working as well as I wanted it to. She's somebody who's just been she's just had a patient essentially assault her, and I wanted to get that kind of a vibe out of her, and I don't know, she wasn't getting quite unnerved, and I wanted to see her shaking and really scared. I wanted to bring out a lot of fear in her that this patient, and again, would probably help sell that could be the killer a little bit better. I do think it's not the actress's fault. It's actually my fault. I had a hard time getting that out of her because I was having a hard time figuring out how to direct her on that. Should have made some notes. But at the same time, I probably thought that she was going to get it, no problem. So, because I've seen her work before, she can do some amazing work. But I probably needed to direct her a little bit better than I did. So, we're not perfect. Again, this was it's one of the few parts of the movie where I'm like, oh, I wish we got it more like this or whatever. And we didn't. So, it can't be perfect, right? can't be perfect. It's not as good as I wish it was, but she's essentially been assaulted by her patient, and we want to really be able to see that from her. That we want to see her fear, and we didn't quite get it to that level, unfortunately. Um, I probably rushed it a little bit. I probably rushed through it. I probably let my crew rush me through it a little. I've been known to let my crew tell me when a scene is done. I'm one of those guys that doesn't want to keep people waiting too much, because I'm not satisfied with something. But you know, once in a while, I'll let the crew, the crew will tell me, I think she did it. I think it's great. Even though in my head it's not good enough. I'll still say, okay, that's good enough. But that was definitely something. It is what it is. It's not my favorite part of the film. I do wish that part was better. But it is what it is. Hey, this was a movie made for $200, and we had limited time, and we did the best we could with what we had. Hey, there's Michelle Blasky. We were talking about you earlier. We gave you some plugs. Her links are in the description, guys. Both for the third channel, Indiegogo, and Miss 44. You know what I'm talking about. Check out our links. There we go. Thanks for joining in there, Michelle. Just joined. I had to wait over 2 hours for a cab at the grocery shop. Oh, yikes. Boxing week, I guess, right? Anyways. But anyways, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's not too bad. As far as other issues I have with the movie, there are a few audio issues. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear the audio issues because this is just playing back in mono. StreamYard only allows me to play back in mono. If you were hearing it in stereo, those audio issues would be a little more clear. But this is my StreamYard. I just have the free version of StreamYard. I think you have to upgrade to get stereo audio. I think so. Or maybe I'm just missing something. I just can't figure out how to get it into get stereo audio. I don't know. Either way, maybe the audio issues aren't quite as prominent when you hear it on this, but if you watch it in stereo, it definitely is. They're not like terrible audio issues, but I hear them, and a few other people can probably hear them. I'm sure anybody who worked on the movie, especially the editor, is going to be able to hear those audio issues. But it is what it is, and we had decent audio gear, kind of. We didn't have a proper audio sound capture guy on set, and that makes the difference right there. It's not so much the gear. We did okay with the gear that we had. Mind you, we rigged some stuff together. We had to rig together a boom pole. We didn't have a proper boom pole. But we had gear that works. We had, mics that work and stuff like that. But it was about, proximity and stuff like that wasn't quite there. I see a question. Let's get to the question. That's Trinidad. Question: after seeing the final product come together, were there any other ideas or movies that were inspired from this? This was inspired by maybe a couple of old 70s horror movies like Halloween and Black. I saw somebody, I think it was John from Behind the Fiends, say that the music feels very Carpenter-ish, which is not intentional. I think it's. I mean, the fact is, I'm a big Carpenter fan, and I think I like movies like his, like Halloween, those types of movies because I'm inspired by those movies. It probably comes across in my score a little bit. Definitely my other short film, Unseen, which I plan to do a feature length version of after the Sawyer Massacre. The music I did for that short film was more intentionally Carpenter inspired. There was definitely a couple pieces where like this is Halloween. This is coming right from Halloween. You could hear it in a Halloween movie. But this one, I don't think I wasn't intentionally trying to sound like Carpenter. I think it just probably naturally does because the movie's kind of Carpenter-ish, and when you try to mix the two, it just it just comes across that way. It's going to come across that way whether you try to or not. uh no, you have to pay for it. I've looked into it. Pay for what? Oh, pay for the stereo audio is what I think he's talking about. Yeah, I imagine that it's an upgraded version. Yeah, I imagine that. Eh, it's the only reason why I would get the upgraded version of StreamYard. There's one thing that, guys, I don't like this mono. You know, if you listen to the older episodes before I was using StreamYard, and you hear my opening music in stereo rather than mono, it's just it's so much better. uh, uh, Eduardo says for $200, I would say this is a fine film compared to other films of the same budget. Oh, probably. And you know what? There's probably films made for less money than this that are like, whoa. Sometimes it just depends on the story, on what you have to work with. And for the most part, we had stuff. We had the free location. Um, the whole cast and crew all were willing to work for free food, and I made the food myself. I cooked. I used put my cooking skills to work, which was actually a tough thing to juggle while you're on set. I tried to prep as much stuff beforehand as I could, but at the end of the day, I'm cooking those potatoes on set. I'm cooking that spaghetti on set. Nobody wants spaghetti that was cooked from the day before or something like that. It's got to be. But I made the sauce before and then just heated it up, and yeah. Anyways, Michelle Blasky, cool. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, Michelle. I mean, I'm really hoping that third channel is getting some support. Guys, support that third channel. That's all I can say. Is any fans of Halloween 3 need to get behind that movie. It's an awesome idea. I can say I've read the script. It's gonna blow you away. That movie's gonna blow you away. If you're a Halloween 3 fan, it's gonna blow you away. Mandy Cantone's here. Hey, Mandy, how you? Don't worry about being late. You missed the movie though. We're chatting about it now, so you'll have to watch that on the replay. Essentially been talking about the things I don't like about it, but it's all good. They had a good deal during Christmas for an annual subscription, but I didn't do. Oh, I missed that too. They should. You'd think they would send me an email or something, but I didn't get no email. Great execution, says Eduardo. Yeah, we did okay for the most part. Again, I wish I did a few things differently, but I think for the most part it works. It does work. And so as far as movies that inspire disorder, definitely Halloween, definitely Black Christmas, those types of 70s horror thrillers definitely inspire. A little bit of hot Hitchcockian type stuff, a little bit, but as far as a real inspiration was probably some of the stuff that my wife has been through at work as a pharmacist. It's kind of, the message is a big part of the message in this movie is that the pharmacist's work is damn important. One little screw up and this kind of thing can happen. It can happen. And, my wife has had days where, she made a mistake at work and it's like, well, big deal. You made a mistake. No, this could have cost somebody their life. It's that bad. So, I mean, the work that they do is maybe taken for granted a little bit sometimes. Pharmacists have very, very important work. So I think that was a little bit important to me, and also just awareness of mental illness a little bit too. I've known a lot of people with different mental illnesses over the years, and some of them are very, very good people. But some of them become very, very different people when they've messed up on their medication a little bit. So I think those were really the biggest inspirations rather than pre-existing movies. I think the tone and the feel, was definitely more so inspired by Carpenter than the actual story itself. So, anyways, hope that all makes sense. Drayton Sawyer says, "Yeah, I had a friend that was a pharmacist. She got fired for a small mistake." You could. I mean, sometimes it depends on the consequences too. How big was the mistake? Sometimes a big mistake can seem like it's a small mistake, but if somebody dies out of it, or somebody gets, ends up in the hospital or something like that due to it, it could cost you your job. So, anyways, there you go. Amy Crabtree. Oh, I feel for your wife, Stephen, being someone with a chronic illness. Pharmacists have really saved my life. Tell your wife thank you. She is appreciated. Oh, thank you so much. And I have heard a little bit about your chronic pain, and I sympathize. It's I don't have terrible chronic pain myself, but I mean I've been in times where I have been in bad pain, and I know what that's like. I don't live with it on a daily basis, and I can't even imagine what that would be like. But yeah, she's very good at what she does, but I think it stresses her out sometimes. Sometimes. Anyway, I won't talk about my wife too much. I'm sure she doesn't like me talking about her too much. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more about some stuff going on here. I want to go back into that first scene again. I know we've kind of watched this a little bit, and talk a little bit about the choices we made. These are some of the things I do like. There's a bit of audio issues I don't like in this first scene. The level on the guy is lower than the level on the girl. Again, mic position should have been better. I did try to fix it in post, but it doesn't work. But I'll talk about the shots a little bit in this opening scene because I think some of these shots were kind of important.
Thanks for the date, Daryl. I had a really nice time, and I really needed it. It was such a long week.
Oh God, no Randy again.
Okay, so
Borderline personality.
So we've switched to this shot right here at this point when we're talking about Randy, and this particular shot that's darker. It's from behind them a little bit, like maybe somebody's spying on them. We did that intentionally, right? We want to make you feel like, okay, somebody's watching, and the only little music cue you hear is in those parts. We do this shot twice. We do it here when we're talking about Randy, and we do it again when they kiss at the end. And because I feel like a kiss is kind of a moment that somebody would be snooping on, right? So you'll see that shot again when they kissed, and again,
How good.
Yeah.
we do it for a reason.
Before I forget, I have your new batch of medications here. Sorry, the pharmacy's been pretty backed up lately.
No worries. Just that.
Yeah.
Call your mom.
Sounds good. Bye.
There again as they kiss. Just real quick, but I find those, even though we only showed that shot twice, and it's pretty quick both times, it still gives this uneasy feeling that's, there's somebody lurking in the back, even though there isn't. There isn't. But we want to give you that feel because, again, the overall idea is that somebody else is the killer and not Daryl, even though Daryl is actually the killer. I wanted to set up Daryl as this really nice guy, and ultimately Daryl is a nice guy. Just so you guys know, Daryl is a nice guy who was given the wrong medications that really messed him up. It's essentially all it was. She gave him the medication there, and it was the wrong one. So so in case people think that he's actually missed that ending and didn't really quite understand it, because it might be a little bit tough to understand if you think that Daryl's just naturally a bad guy. He's not. But somebody who's schizophrenic or whatever, borderline personality disorder, or if they take the wrong medication, that can really fuck them up. It really can. So anyways, that was what we did with that scene. I like the way we shot. I really like the way we shot that scene originally for the opening credits, opening shot of the movie. I was seeing a POV. From Daryl's point of view, and we would just kind of, use a steady camera or whatever, and slowly walking to the house, and it looked kind of disjointed or something like that. And then Jessica, or Samantha in the movie, her real name's Jessica, would come around and say, "Oh, thank you for the date, Daryl," and we'd see her in frame. The reason why we didn't shoot that like that is, again, I think before we shot it, too many people on set say we're giving away that he's the killer at that point with that opening shot. Um, I don't know. Part of me still feels like would have been a great shot. But we'll never know. Would that have given away that he's the killer? I don't know. I can see what they're saying though. I can see what they're saying. It might very well have. It might very well have. So, but anyways, ultimately, I like the way we shot that scene. I have no real complaints of it. I like the lighting. Um, I also want to talk a couple. There's a few things in this movie I'm a bit proud of, for sure. Even though I mean I said some negative things about it, but there's definitely a few things I think, whoa, we did really well with that. Mostly the way it was shot. I want to talk about one shot a little bit later in particular. Make sure I'm getting to it. Yeah, just we'll do it about here. So when she goes outside here and it's raining, which is fake by the way, it wasn't actually raining. The rain sound was all added in post. This shot here is harder than you think. This was all about timing, and we see his silhouette through the window there. Now, that shot might not seem as hard as it was, but let me say this: it was a lot of lighting. It took a lot of lighting to get that right, and where he's coming from is deceiving. It probably looks like he's going out the back door of the house. He's actually not. He's actually not coming from there. In fact, where he's actually coming, it was the way that we lit it was how we tricked people into thinking that. There's another house beside the garage, actually over top of the garage. There's a house on the garage that's on the side of that. That's where we are actually filming this stuff from. All the interior scenes were not in that main house. There was all in this garage house. It's just this tiny little garage house. And we shot it in there. And that's where he was coming from. We lit it so his shadow would reflect on the back window in such a way. And when the DP was explaining the shot to me, I thought there's no way you're going to be able to light that with what we've got. We didn't have expensive lights. We probably had. We got a deal on the lights. He had connections with some local people. I think we scored, like $200 worth of lights for $30, something like that. It was really cheap. I couldn't believe it. But at the end of the day, with even with the $200 of lights, how are we going to make that happen? And it was about reflections and stuff like that we had to get. And we got it. They got it to the right time. He got the lighting just right. Tested it out. Had him in frame, and we got it. It took a little bit to set up, but then it was about timing the shot so that she walks by and the camera pans up and he walks by, because he doesn't know when to do it because he's so far away. He's way in the back, and so we had to do it. We had to do it with, I think we had a walkie-talkie on set, if I'm not mistaken. I think we had one walkie-talkie, and the DP would go on the walkie to me and say, "Okay, Mark," or he'd say Mark, and then I tell him action. And we nailed it on the first take. I was like, I can't believe we got it on the first take. I'm like, really? We got it? I figured we were going to be there all night. And I was actually, this shot wasn't even on the list. It wasn't on the shot list. And I was like, if we don't get this in like 3 or 4 takes, we're calling it a night. We don't need that shot. We didn't need that shot necessarily, but it was a cool shot. And I'm really happy that we got that shot now that I see it. And I think, it's a testament to what you can do if you're creative enough. And if you're a DP and lighting it, that's where you got to give credit to DPs. They know how to light stuff to trick you a bit. So hats off to Clancy for setting up that shot. Clancy did a great job with that shot. You know, I had to guide him through the edit, but you know, he did a great job with that shot. Let's see if you guys are saying anything in the chat. Oh, you got Trinidad. Looks like he's heading out. Hey, brother, gotta go for a little. I'll make sure to rejoin if you're still on. I might be. You never know how long we'll be in here. I'll take some questions from you guys, though, if you guys have any questions. I appreciate you taking the time to show us the little short film. It was pretty good. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Again, I was unsure how it would be received, but I think ultimately there's a cool little story there. I think there's a cool little story in there. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very little story. It's definitely not a deep story, which is okay for a short film. I think that's what you kind of want for short films, is simplicity. Keep it simple. But you know, somebody I can't remember who it was that told me that, wow, said to me, you got quite a lot of character development in a film under 10 minutes. You don't usually see that much character development in such a short film. And me myself, when I had written the script, I thought, boy, do I really have enough character development behind each character? And I guess I did. You know, I guess, you know, I'm always super critical because I'm not getting everything that I want to get across. But you know, at the same time, for a short film, you just got to remember, it's not, you don't need to know every little thing about the character. You kind of set up their personalities a little bit. You know, that's about it. So. And I guess it worked. Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer. The POV shots are actually effective. It makes us believe they're being stalked. Well, there you go. We didn't. Yeah, again, I wanted to use that POV for the opening, but again, it may have given away that he was the killer. May have. I don't know. Let me see. Is there anything else that we should talk about? Oh, let's talk about the ending. Okay, let's look at this very ending. I'm not sure if we quite executed this as well as I wanted. The picture on the phone, so they had just taken that picture on the phone, and then she zooms in. She sees something catch her eye. Tell me if you guys do see it in the phone. This particular thing here. So in that shot, you can kind of see, and in the next shot, you can kind of see the killer is lurking there. It just kind of, the killer photobombed them, basically, very, very, very slightly. So that's Daryl hiding in the bathroom. So he was hiding in the bathroom that whole time that they were drinking and playing. What were they playing? Scrabble. I think it was Scrabble. Yeah. Or it may have been a mock version of Scrabble because we were trying to hide logos or something like that. It may have been we may have just hid the logo or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool idea to have that, you know, picture taken, and then she discovers somebody's there, and it's actually quite creepy. I don't feel like we got to see it well enough. I personally don't feel like we got to see it well enough, but you guys be the judge. Did you guys even catch it? Can you guys look at this particular shot and see Van Graham in their stage name? I know we get a little closer on the next shot, but it's darker on this one. So it's closer there, but it's darker. I think it's the way the phone is turned. So he's there. He's just kind of creeping. You can see part of his shoulder. And then his eye just kind of around the corner. It's just maybe a little dark. I kind of wish that was a little lighter, and I kind of wish he hung on that shot just a little bit longer. I don't know. He's peeking perv. Yeah, he is. Yes. Yeah. So anyways, I liked what we did. I'm not sure if it was edited the best. Maybe it could have been edited a little bit better. I wanted more room for that shot to breathe. I feel like maybe it got missed. I don't know if it did, though. You guys tell me. Did you guys notice that on your first viewing, or are you guys just seeing it now for the first time? Again, if you can brighten your screen on your phone or whatever, you'll see it more clearly. But and it was pretty creepy. I just remember when we captured that, because I think we actually did capture that when they took the photo while we were shooting it. I think that is when we actually captured that. I think it was an authentic to the shooting. Like we shot them taking the photo, and he actually was creeping in the bathroom at the same time, and they caught him, and I remember we did a few takes of it, but so I'm not sure if it's the same take, but I thought it was kind of cool to be able to do that. And we looked at the photo afterwards, and when you looked at the photo on the phone, it looks really creepy. It does look really creepy. I'm just gonna say that it does. This doesn't quite do it justice, in my opinion. It's just maybe a little bit too dark, a little bit. And again, hold on that if the DP would have, if the editor or the DP, whatever, he was both, if he would have held on the shot maybe a second longer, maybe it would have worked just a little bit better. I don't know. But you guys tell me, did you guys notice that he was in that shot, or was it too subtle? Let me know. But I like it though. I mean, I like it. I just wish it was more noticeable. It's creepy, right? It's a creepy element. But again, we didn't want to show too much of him because we didn't want to give it away. That still didn't want to give it away at that point. You want that answering machine message at the end to be the giveaway point, the big twist. That needs to be even though this is close to the end, it's still, you want that to be the twist. Yeah, didn't notice. There you go. Drayton says he noticed. There you go. Here's a good question. Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer says, so does Daryl kill? He's asking, does Daryl kill her at the end? You kind of have to. It is open to interpretation a little bit, but it's probably implied that her phone ends up on the ground and you hear the answering machine kick in. That probably that he probably did kill her. Probably. Again, I like those ambiguous endings. You can expect those types of endings a lot from me. You can expect it a little bit in the Sawyer Massacre. The ending of the Sawyer Massacre isn't totally cut and dry as well. And I can't give that away, but there's a little bit of ambiguity in the ending of the Sawyer Massacre. Just saying. I like ambiguity. I like it when I'm left at the end of the movie wondering, not 100% sure on what happened, and fill in the blanks for myself. I'm somebody who loves that. I love films that do that. Not everybody does, though. Not everybody does. Some people hate that. Some people have to know. They have to know. I have to know for sure. Did he kill her? I want to see her dead body if she's dead. Or, and I understand that, but at the same time, why do you need to? Why? It's like the end of Black Christmas. Do we have to know that? You think that Jess was probably killed, but do you have to see it? Do we have to know for sure? So anyways. Here we go again. Yes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie with an ambiguous ending sounds interesting. It's not too ambiguous. I'll just say this. I wouldn't say it's as ambiguous as this, but it's still kind of ambiguous. It is still kind of ambiguous. It's still, yeah. Be ready for it. But I hope that the majority of the people are going to think one thing. And I think 99% of people will. I think there might be that 1% that has a positive outlook on things, and hey, it's not, if you're in the 99% that'll think that doesn't mean you don't have positive outlooks on things, but you just might have realistic outlooks more than anything else. But some people have super positive outlooks and always believe in the best. And so you might be in that 1% that'll see things a little bit different. We'll see. Don't want to spoil the ending of the Sawyer Massacre, though. I can't do that. Can't do that. It's but be ready for it. Be ready for it. I really hope we can execute it the way I want to execute it. That's all I can say about that. Is there anything else we should talk about in the movie itself? I think that's about all. We'll remove that. And so I'm nice and big for you guys again. What do you guys think? What was your favorite part of Disorder? Was it the ending, the twist ending? That's probably my favorite part, because I like that. But what's your favorite part? What and any other questions you guys might have about the movie? But like I said, the movie was shot in 2 days, in the summer of 2019. Just had a couple hundred extra bucks, and enough people were willing to be a part of it. And when we shot it, I felt really good about it. After we had shot it, I was like, this turned out pretty good. I was a little bit unsure about the audio, and the audio wasn't that great. Probably should have ADR'd. Well, if I could have ADR'd, I would have, but a couple of the actors were impossible to get a hold of. One of them became more easy to get a hold of recently, but it's like, geez, if we're going to ADR it, we're going to need all the actors. So, that happens. You lose contact with an actor, and you can't do ADR. It's just the way it is. Wish we could have, but that's just the way it is. So it's all good. Amy Crabtree, I absolutely love the ending. Honestly, didn't see it coming. That's good to know, because I don't want people to see it coming. That's for sure. Even if you do think Daryl is the killer, still don't want you to see that that's the reason why. So I think that's good. Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer, the garage kill was my favorite part than the ending. Which garage kill? There's 2 garage kill. Both of the kills you see on camera were in the garage. Was it the shovel one or the strangulation kill? I don't know which one I like better, actually. I think most people tend to like the shovel, though. I think so. But I don't know. I like both. I think the shovel is more intense, a more intense kill. But I think I like the suspense a little bit better, the build up to the first kill a little bit more than the shovel kill. I don't know. I don't know. They're both pretty good, though. Shovel, yeah, they both love. And John says, "Shovel time, shovel time." Joe from Fangoria Faithful, that'd make a killer full length, man. And you should be proud, man. Enjoyed the whole thing. Awesome stuff. Oh, thanks, Joe. I never saw this movie as a full length feature. I'm not saying it couldn't. I think this was the one short that I've done that probably is well suited to be a short, compared to, like, I haven't shown you guys Unseen yet, which is another short I did before this. But that one was really intended to be a feature, and I think it shows when you're watching it, because there's so much happening, and it's so hard to pick up on a lot of things. It never really has time to breathe and let you know exactly what's going on. And yeah, I definitely want to make a feature of that, because there's more depth. There's much more depth in the characters, depth in the story. Whereas I kept it simple for a reason, and it worked well for a short. I'm not sure about turning it into a feature. I'll never say never, but it's definitely not on my early plans to. I'm not planning out a feature length script for this one yet. We'll see. I got other movies I got to do first, but definitely Unseen will be a feature. Go check that one out on my channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff goes over people's head in that short. So I was trying to touch on too many deep stuff that was just too much for a short, ultimately. Amy Crabtree, I like the first kill, the strangulation. It was a shocker. Yeah, I like how it kind of came out of nowhere. You're not quite expecting it. There's a little bit of suspense, but with the lights going off and stuff like that, and the little music cue, but then it just dies down. It's like, where, what's happening? And she's like, Sam, was that you? And then all of a sudden he's there. He's just out of nowhere. And I like that kind of thing, because it's almost a jump scare, but not quite. It's almost a jump scare, whereas because you don't quite see him coming at that point. I think that's a lot of my issues with a lot of films today, is you can always predict when the killer is going to come out. So I wanted to have the killer come out in a little bit more of an unpredictable time. There's not some massive music build up to it. There was just a little bit of a ding, ding, bang, and he's right there in your face. Just a little tiny ding, ding, bang, and then it's right there. There's not this, and there's not that big dramatic build up. And because I see that every time in modern horror films, and so those kills don't get me. They don't get me. Anyways. Strangulation kill for Christian Spencer, and good work. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in and checking it out. I'm glad you enjoyed it. This will probably be my last stream of the year, most likely. Let's see what John said here. Strangulation kills to me are much more personal in a way. Yes, very personal. You are right about that. In a way, more brutal, especially when you look at the force needed to kill someone that way. I think he meant kill, not Jill. Who's Jill? Who's Jill there, John? See you next year. Yeah, we'll see you next year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be doing anything before New Year. I mean, New Year's just a few days away, so probably not. But you never know. I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll do a New Year's Eve stream. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll let you guys also know that the next round of Chainsaw Trivia is going on January 11th. For all I know, that might be the next live stream I do, is for Chainsaw Trivia. There is still time to get in on that if you want. If you know your Texas Chainsaw Massacre trivia, it's from every film in the series. Maybe not the new one. Well, we'll see if we can sneak in a question in the new one, for the new one as well. You never know, even though it hasn't come out yet. But there's info given on it, so we'll see if we can sneak in a question or two regarding that. But Chainsaw Trivia is going to go on January 11th on this show. I'm pretty sure it'll either be Merlo's Movie Massacre episode 50 or 51. Man, 50 episodes coming up. This is episode 49 right now. So that's pretty cool. Hey, it's a bit of a monumental sort of landmark plateau, whatever you want to call it. 50 episodes of this show. I do feel like it should be more. I do feel like I should have had more episodes of this by now, but I've been busy. I have been busy. I was going a little bit hardcore for a little while, but then got busy. I have a film to shoot in March, guys. So a lot of stuff. Busy with that, obviously. Of course, if COVID rains on my parade, then we could be pushing that back more. Hopefully not, though, man. I've got my plane tickets booked. I got all the props and stuff, all these locations booked. Man, I really hope that that COVID doesn't rain on my parade. I really hope I'm gonna shoot this thing in March. And you guys, the backers, not everybody's a backer on here, I know, but some of you are. You guys that backed the campaign want to see this movie made, I'm sure. You guys don't want another delay. We already delayed it because of COVID. And I'm just, this new variant, though, man, why did this have to happen? Anyways, Texas in March, yes. Damn right. Hopefully no damn COVID. But if you want to get, I was talking about Chainsaw Trivia. If you want to get in on Chainsaw Trivia, yes, it's January 11th is the next round. That'll be the last round to be able to get in You have to go to our Indiegogo campaign and get that perk. It's like $11 or $12, depending on where the the market is or whatever. Last I checked, I think it was $12, but I see it in Canadian dollars, so it's always 15. 15 for me. But you go check it out. It'll be $11 or $12. You get your name in the end credits, no matter what. And yeah, you never know. Our buddy John from Behind the Fiends might throw in a little something extra for the participants as well. Maybe we'll see. But we hope to get a few more participants. If you know your Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's definitely a pretty sweet deal. And the prize for the winner, it's not going on the 11th. We're going to do that one after the finals. Well, this is like a semifinals basically. Whoever wins the finals though is going to win the screen use chainsaw from the teaser trailer, signed by our own Leatherface. So that's pretty sweet too. So a pretty sweet deal. If you know your Texas, all I can say is if you know Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's worth it. Get that perk, just $12. After this round though, that perk comes down. Just so you guys know, that perk will be down. So I'll leave it up all the way up until we start that episode, until we start that trivia episode. But once that episode airs, I'm taking it down. So no more people will be able to get that and get into Chainsaw Trivia. And then we'll have the finals probably in early February, maybe even late January if we can get to it then. We'll see. But yeah, it's a pretty cool perk to get anyways, even if you don't win, because you still get your name in the credits. And, it's a fun night of trivia on this show. What more could you ask for? Can producers get in on the trivia? Yes, they can. Anybody can. I'm not biased. I know you're a producer, Amy. John is John, if you want to get in on TCM trivia, you can too. Yeah. Anybody can. And if you and I know you already get your name in the special thanks credits, but you can give that special thanks to anybody you want to. Those types of perks are transferable. You just have to tell me who you want to be named, and I'll make sure their names end up in the end credits of the film under the special thanks section. So pretty cool. And you may get a prize from this guy. There you go. So there you go. John said it himself. Maybe you may get a prize from that guy as well. So he's an awesome guy. Thank you, John, for being such a great supporter. And it's fun. It's just a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get some more people into that. We definitely have a few more spots available if you're interested. So again, really cheap perk, just $12, $12, something like that, US, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be either Merlo's Movie Massacre 50 or 51. Lots of fun. Just saying. Definitely going on the 11th. There you go. There you go. Looks like Amy's in. There you go. You and me, John, trivia. Like that. There you go. All right, guys. I think that's everything I have to say. Thank you guys all for tuning in. See you in the next one. I'll keep you guys posted on if I do make another show, do another live show before Chainsaw Trivia. Probably unlikely to do another show before New Year's, but we'll see. Thank you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful night. You guys have been awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed my movie, by the way.